Do you want to see in the dark like a superhero? TNVC.com is your source for the finest night vision devices and accessories to make you the bump in the night.
Hey there, Tundra Nation, and welcome back to the channel. Now, just when I thought 2023 couldn't get any weirder, February woke up and slapped us in the face with the ATF finding hundreds of guns in a dumpster, a Chinese spy balloon, and some interesting decisions made by a federal court about Mary Jane and the Second Amendment. So sit back, try not to inhale, and let's start the show. Let me ask you a question. What is the weirdest thing you've ever seen in a dumpster? A bag of money? Perhaps it was an angry family of trash pandas. Or maybe it was just your hopes and dreams. Well, this week, a sanitation crew found a literal dumpster full of bullpup shotguns. Now, at first, I didn't see anything wrong here because all bullpups are trash and should be thrown away immediately. But my writers, well, they assured me that it was unusual to find 236 shotguns hanging out in a dumpster behind a Planet Fitness. All right, guys, I guess I'm going to give you that one. Now, these particular shotguns were the Radical NH1, and that's radical spelt with a K, folks, because the K, that must mean quality. Well, probably not, given that these exquisite examples of Turkish engineering were in a dumpster due to production defects and were ordered destroyed by the manufacturer.
Find them and destroy them.
Now you can understand how finding a literal dumpster full of firearms led to the fine men and women of the Midwest Oklahoma PD being called in. Wait a second, the gun dumpster town is called Midwest Oklahoma? First of all, that's confusing because Oklahoma's in the south and your town is located on the eastern side of the state. Second, I can't think of a more generic name for a town. Why not just call it Nothing to See Here, Move Alongville?
Move along. Move along.
Back to our gun dumpster. Gunster? Yeah, we're gonna go with that one. That's the official name now, and I've copywritten it, so it's mine. After confirming the Gunster's existence, the local constabulary called in your floof's least favorite alphabet agency, the ATF. Gimme, what do you think of the ATF, huh? What do you think of them? Give me a high five if they stink. Yes, good job. It turns out a local FFL did attempt to make the guns non-functional by making a significant cut in the receivers, which for those counting is 2 less than required. So, oops. Also, according to the feds, the employee responsible for destroying the firearms just gave a couple away, so double oops, I guess. And the icing on the Gunster cake. Some lovely ladies at the local Planet Fitness told officers it was the 3rd time they've seen the dumpster filled with guns in the past few weeks.
Wow.
Oh my God, look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. Guys, it's a balloon.
That Chinese spy balloon.
Spy balloon. Chinese spy balloon. Chinese balloon.
Chinese balloon.
In what historians will look back on and call the lamest start to a world war ever, the communist Chinese government, led by the world's only full-time Winnie the Pooh lookalike, Xi Jinping, floated a literal, "You wanna start something?" trial balloon over the USA. The balloon clearly had been to the United States before because it avoided both Los Angeles and Detroit, and folks, that is a veteran move. After all, how many pictures of a meth addict squatting in the middle of a street singing Katy Perry's Fireworks do you actually need? But folks, this is America, where we can't even have a nice international crisis without some local politicians deciding to go extra dumb. That's right, politicians across the nation from Arizona, Missouri, and even Ohio posted cringy pics to social media with their rifles, confirming what I've always suspected. Anyone who runs for office probably enjoyed the taste of lead paint as a child. Guys, I appreciate that you're trying to show your 2A support here, but I also know dumb pandering when I see it. I mean, you're acting like a goober who's gonna shoot at something with an altitude of 60,000 feet with your hunting rifle. A rifle so pristine, by the way, that it's seen less action this decade than Stephen Hawking's shoes. That's not being pro Second Amendment, folks. That is being just cringe.
Buddy, the only thing ladies love is when you quit talking.
Hey, by the way, thanks for watching this video. If you're new to the channel, welcome. It means a lot to us that you're checking us out. If you enjoy a humorous take on firearms culture and news from a pro to a perspective, go on and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out. It's awesome and it's free, just like America.
America!
Hey, you know what we could do? Let's focus on the good stuff for once. Blowing stuff up. After the politicians got done wasting perfectly good electrons showing off for social media clout, America's most elite branch of service, the United States Air Force, took down that Chinese balloon. There is one thing that America is better at than any other country on Earth. Nope, it's not the number of Waffle Houses per square mile, it's trolling while blowing stuff apart. Displaying some big fool around and find out energy, the F-22 Raptors flew with the call signs Franco 1 and Franco 2 in an homage to World War I ace and Medal of Honor recipient, First Lieutenant Frank Luke Jr. Lieutenant Frank Luke was dubbed the Arizona Balloon Buster for taking out German observation balloons. What a subtle troll, guys. It was just a polite note for the Chinese government, reminding them that we are good at blowing anything out of the sky and have been for the last 100 years.
Together, we can blow up anything.
This also means that the F-22 finally got its first air-to-air kill, and we flexed our defense budget like it's the biggest swinging meat hammer to ever walk into a locker room, asking China if it wanted to have a measuring contest. Congratulations, F-22, but you know all the other planes are going to be making fun of you for taking out what essentially is an oversized Wish.com prophylactic. That means condom. Honestly, I get wanting to flex to the enemy what you're capable of doing, but the practical thing here was just to shoot a few rounds to the damn thing and let it deflate and fall intact over the ocean. You know, after it had completed its spy mission across the entire country. Really don't know what this administration was thinking, I guess. Yeah, I know that they're worried about debris falling on people, but look at the path this thing took. It was mostly over flyover country anyways, and the people in those areas would have loved to have something interesting happen for once.
I just stare at my desk, but it looks like I'm working.
Now, before we move on, if you want more good old American pew-pew propaganda at the low price of free $99, make sure to check out our boys over at ARFcom. They drop new videos every Wednesday and Friday, so when you check them out, make sure to let them know in the comments who sent you over. Our last bit of crazy gun news gets filed under smoke 'em if you got 'em. A federal judge in Oklahoma declared the portion of the 1968 Gun Control Act banning Americans who consume the devil's lettuce from possessing firearms unconstitutional. Huzzah!
No way. Yes way.
Now, fellas, I'm not a lawyer because I've never passed a bar and I don't need heat lamps to regulate my body temperature. More importantly, you really shouldn't be taking legal advice from a man in a basement making YouTube videos. But this is an excellent win for the Second Amendment supporters out there and anyone who knows a person who could benefit medicinally from some of the jazz cabbage. Remember, folks, the no-fun feds and the alphabet agencies are likely to appeal the ruling, so don't rush out and make any hasty decisions. But it is gratifying to finally see the court siding with gun owners for a change. Sources say there are as many as 5.4 medicinal cannabis patients across the country, meaning if this ruling doesn't stand, 5.4 million Americans are put into a situation to choose between their prescribed medication and pursuing their right to bear arms. Hopefully, we'll continue to see some more progress on this and other Second Amendment fronts as some courts are becoming more aggressive in the protection of the Second Amendment rights.
I'm here to tell you guilty as sin.
I'm feeling pretty aggressive myself today, folks, so come hang out with me over on Twitch at Tundra Gaming Live, where I stream almost every single afternoon. If you really want to flex, check out our sponsor TNVC, because without their support, this video wouldn't even be possible. Let me know what other weird firearms news you've heard about so far this year and drop a link to it in the comments down below. And don't forget to join us next time when we still don't know what the heck we're doing. Bye-bye.